Let's take a look at this multiple choice question related to equivalent units. Now here's what you're asked to do. You're asked to indicate which response to the question, and responses below represent the correct choice. Then indicate why you've chosen the response you did by presenting at least one sentence of arguments supporting your choice. Okay, so here's the statement. Equivalent units of production are equal to the units completed by a production department in the period. That was choice A. Choice B is number of units worked on during the period by a production department. Choice 3 would be the number of whole units that could have been completed if all work of the period had been used to produce whole units. And D, identifiable units existed at the end of the period in a production department. Okay, let's take a look at the answer now. Okay, now C is the correct answer. Let me slide here. Okay, the number of whole units that could have been completed if all the work of the period had been used to produce whole units. That's the correct choice because it encompasses both completed and partially completed units. It provides a more accurate measure of the production process. Let's look at why the others are incorrect. Okay, now A is wrong. A said units completed by a production department in the period. This option refers only to fully completed units. It ignores partial completed work. Okay, equivalent units takes into account both completed and partially completed units. So this choice is just too narrow. All right, B is also incorrect. B says the number of units worked on during the period by a production department. It does consider all the units, but it doesn't account for the progress made on the partially completed units. And remember that equivalent units aims to express the total work done, including both completed and partially completed units. And then choice D is also incorrect. Choice D said identifiable units existing at the end of the period in a production department. Now, this is a focus on just the end of period inventory, and that's not an accurate representation of the work done during the period. Equivalent units, remember, considers both the completed and partially completed units throughout the entire production process.